both Kirk Cousins and Le'Veon Bell have not reached long-term contracts with their respected team. Now let's talk about Kirk Cousins first. Kirk Cousins, I definitely think, is a future franchise quarterback. He's definitely a quarterback that's on the rise, and you see a lot of good stuff with him. And one thing for sure, it is a good idea that he is getting paid for $30 million for this season. Well, at least it's good for the Kirk Cousins side of things because being paid $30 million one season is a heck of a lot of money. And when I look at that, that's doing a good job, and that's a good point made by Bucky Brooks on NFL.com. But when I also look at it, you're definitely going to need a long-term contract. You never know when it comes to injuries and physical conditions. If you're not physically capable of keeping up with the franchise tag, they don't have to pay you the guaranteed money and whatnot. And so when I look at this, I think Kirk Cousins would definitely want a long-term contract eventually, but this $30 million is really nice. And if the Redskins can't get a contract reach with Kirk Cousins in the future, this is a huge mistake with them because Kirk Cousins could move to the New York Jets and get paid oodles amount of money. And he could go somewhere else and be a star. He could be the next Drew Brees in that sense. A quarterback who was once at San Diego, and the Saints decided, no, we'll pick him up. And I think the Chargers, maybe that's the reason why they never won a Super Bowl with LaDainian Tomlinson and Marty Schottenheimer and Antonio Gates. Imagine you had Drew Brees there instead of Philip Rivers. Philip Rivers ain't bad, but at the same time, though, I think most people would prefer having Drew Brees over Philip Rivers. Now, when I look at Le'Veon Bell, Ben Roethlisberger is definitely getting up there in age, and maybe in the next couple of seasons, it's definitely going to be win a Super Bowl or not. You can't just keep on going development stage. It's Super Bowl now, the Steelers, because Ben Roethlisberger just thought about retiring this off season, and Ben Roethlisberger has definitely got some awards in his career. He's definitely won 2 Super Bowls, and that's a lot for him, and that's a great accomplishment for him. And he's a Hall of Famer. I think he's personally better than Drew Brees, but I think that's definitely a topic not enough people talk about. And I feel like when I look at Ben Roethlisberger, Hall of Fame talent, but when I look what he did to that woman 6, 7 years ago, obviously he disrespects women, but if you just look at his play on the field, he's a very, very good football player. And when I look at it as he's aging, I feel as if you're going to rely more on the running game with Le'Veon Bell. And also, if you get a new franchise young quarterback, you got a running back to hand off to, just throw to the short passing lanes with. I feel that would be absolutely fantastic. And you need to get Le'Veon Bell in a long-term contract. You absolutely do. And Le'Veon Bell, I don't think is overrated. I don't agree with Skip Bayless on the overrated part. Yeah, he plays extremely patiently, but that's just how it works, and it works. I really don't have a problem with his patience. It might seem a little bit odd, but hey, I think he's the future kind of style when it comes to running back. He has power, he can run, and he can catch the ball. So there's definitely a lot of talent with Le'Veon Bell. But overall, when I look at this, both these teams need to sign these players. There's no excuse that these players should not be on their team by 2018.